Welcome back, everyone. Again, my name's Bryan Roschetzky. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe. Early thumbs up always helps with that algorithm. And don't forget to hit that bell notification so you'll be notified when new videos come out. This was my morning drone flight of January the 13th. I'm going to go ahead and just let it play out, give you as much clips as I can. I did fly around the perimeter, get a little bit of the switch yard area and some new areas that they are clearing extra land for. So I'm interested to see what's going to be going on in the future. Enjoy.
Model 3, 1 Tesla, 2 Tesla, 3 in the back. Hey guys, how are you? I'm good. Thanks for letting us do all this.
JB started coming out here as Tesla began building its massive Gigafactory battery plant. Year by year, the charms of Nevada grew on him, and he decided to stop living in hotels and take over this fine compound. Over the years, Elon Musk has gotten all of the Tesla love and adoration. Meanwhile, JB quietly did his thing in the background. Always a tinkerer and engineer at heart, he spearheaded many of Tesla's key projects before leaving the company in 2019.
I just fell in love with it, and it was such a fun project. It just felt like it had to be done. I saw no one else doing it and wanted to throw myself into it. And in those days, Southern California was kind of the mecca for the early stages of electric cars and batteries. So it was a good place to be.
You end up with a guy Mark Eberhard and Mark Tuggerman, they want to make an all-electric sports car. You've got Elon down in LA.
large format batteries and how to architect the safety of that. And
So then that was the challenge, right? I mean, you guys were worried about obviously the fires a little bit, like how you cool these things. There were explosions in the neighborhood.
well, it was a lot of trial and error. I mean, we were fearless, and we just plunged into this, and, knowing that somehow we'd figured this stuff out. But yeah, I mean, that we kind of built it off the experience that came out of even those earliest solar car experiments, but scaled it way up and had the support of a growing engineering team and more and more interest and focus to really create what became the Roadster. Well, this is a really old Roadster. This was actually one of our first engineering prototypes. Engineering prototype 5 is what we call it. So a little bit before we started series production. Years ago, we refurbished it and sort of collected this thing and have taken care of it. I believe it's the oldest Tesla that's on the road still. Only fond memories. It's a great thing to get in there and remember what EVs were like not that long ago. And it's incredible how fast the development has happened.
These days, JB is all about batteries and what we should do with them. He left Tesla to start Redwood Materials. At its heart, it's a battery recycling company. We looked at another one. It's sort of like a lithium or nickel mine, just in reverse.
Sort of a startling amount of It's a big well, yeah, one of many.
Redwood has a lot of batteries. I believe the technical term is a consumers send them in, so do companies.
This is basically some of the incoming material that we get from consumers. So it's a whole variety of stuff. The 18650 scooter battery pack, power tool battery packs. It's like a power pack thing, but this has a battery in it. So it's difficult to dispose of, and we can recycle this for the materials. We're inventing the ways that you can basically recycle this without having a human do it because it's too small.
How much lithium that's been used in here would you guys be able to recover? Like, what's the reuse percentage?
Almost all of it. Lithium, maybe more than 80%. Nickel, 95, 98%. Same with cobalt and copper. So, it's a pretty complete process.
Redwood gets devices, takes out the batteries, and then begins breaking them down into their elemental parts. This is largely done through heat. Serious heat. Which is why these spacemen are needed. They're using an oven to create what is basically metal magma, which then goes into a tub and is stirred with a rake. Because why not? Redwood then goes through chemical and other processes to end up here. Mounds of stuff that was once pulled from the ground and can now be reused.
So we got some more metal over here.
Yeah, this is just a small batch of lithium carbonate that we just made this morning, and this is sort of a chance to see what the final product is and what lithium actually looks like once you extract it from the batteries and separate it out. So this stuff is quite pure lithium carbonate. So this is actually the input precursor of how lithium gets used and built back into batteries. It is pretty neat to see it separated like this and know that this came from batteries, that were, otherwise, garbage and otherwise wouldn't have been recovered.
I mean, it's like the lithium, say it's been in my phone, and you guys refine it. How many times can that happen? Can this just keep going on and on and on?
There's no real limit to it. There's no degradation that happens to those atoms of lithium or cobalt or nickel. And it's one of the coolest things about this is that those metals are basically infinitely recyclable. Except for the small amounts that get lost in the recycling process itself, you can basically keep doing that again and again and again. So you can start to imagine a future where you're thinking, like if we can do this 1,000 times, the need for mining new materials starts to dwindle.